Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jessica Nicole. I'm a self-published author of YA fantasy romance novels, and in today's video, let me just show you. So my bed looks like this because my room now looks like this. So as you can see, I got a new bookshelf. It is tall and gorgeous and I love it. It fits in the space perfectly. So I had all my books over here, but my book collection has literally like quadrupled in like the last 24 hours. Filming a book haul, that video will be up very soon, but yeah, if it's not already up. But I need somewhere to keep all these. So I got this bookshelf to help me with this situation here because there's no way all of these books are gonna fit over there. And I also cleared out shelves over here on this little shelf in front of my window. I put like these document mailers, I like just stuck them up in the back there so that like the sun coming in from the window won't ruin the books. So I got 3 shelves there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shelves here. And then I have this like shelf system here. So I think that's gonna be enough to organize all this. The problem is, how do I even do this? Like, how do I put these together? What do I want to do? And I just don't know. So we're gonna figure it out together. So at first I thought that all the aesthetic books could go together, like all the books with green spines should be like on the same shelf, right? Works in theory, but the only thing is, I know it's gonna bug me, for one, if I have like series that are not together. Like the Inheritance Game series, all the books are different colors. Like the books in the trilogy, they're all 3 different colors. And so I really want the series to be together. I just do. And then also, like the color, certain colors like irk my existence. I don't like them and they like throw off my vibe and my aesthetic of my room anyways. So for instance, I do not care for the color red too much. Just like having like a large quantity of red is going to bug me. So we're not doing that. We're not doing the color coded shelves. Also, I can't really do it by genre because I read like 2 to 3 genres, so wouldn't really make sense. And I don't have like those big sprawling shelves to where it would make sense to do that either. So what I have decided that I'm going to do is, on this shelf, I'm going to put like books that are not necessarily pretty, but they kind of fit like the vibe and aesthetic of my room. So my room is very much like pops of pink and purple, dark vibes with pops of pink and purple basically. So I'm going to put books here that fit that right here, like right in front of like where I work most of the time, just to, I don't know, make me happy. And I think it'd be cute and aesthetic, especially under my little tapestry right here and with my lights and everything. I have some little decorations to put on the shelves. I don't know like what I'm gonna put where, but we'll figure that out later. I am gonna keep my books here. These are the 2 books that I have out right now. This is Moonshot, book 1 in my Crimson Silver trilogy, and then my Forest View Academy duology in there. So I'm keeping these here with my little typewriter decoration. So this shelf is spoken for. I also need to put like my electronics up here somewhere. Like the electronics I reach for, they need to go on one of these shelves. But like I use them on a daily basis, but I'm not using them at the moment. So I need somewhere for them to be so that I can easily access them. So I need to put them up here somewhere. And that's all I got for now. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna start putting stuff places and seeing how I like it. Okay, so I think I'm done with this section. Let me step back a little bit. I plugged the lights in. This is just a string of Christmas lights that I have, but I plugged them in so that you guys could kind of get the full effect. This is just like a fake little lavender potted plant I got from Target, and I thought it was cute there. I thought it kind of tied things together because I had like this big empty space without it. So what I have over here is I have, first of all, one of the only two nonfiction books that I've got. I have the Black Book, which is just like a collection of African American history, just the history of my people in this country, the good, the bad, the ugly, just kind of compiled. And at some point I am going to read this book like cover to cover, and I just think it's important, just an important piece of history to own, just to have this all together. I'm really glad that I got it. I got it this past February, and it's one of the only two nonfiction books I own, because I'm not like a nonfiction girly at all. But if I feel like something's important, I'll own it. Down here, I decided to use this as like my little author alcove situation, just like the author books that I have. So in my book of African myths and legends, because I do write fantasy, I want to include African mythology as much as possible. I have my little blank notebook that's got my book cover on it that my sister got me for my birthday. So I have this here. I think I figured out what I want to do with it, and I'm kind of excited about it, but more on that in a future video. I have this little notebook that I basically keep, or I'm gonna keep little like tidbits and things that I want to put in like future books, just like little ideas that come to me, because I always have ideas but I never write them down and then I lose them. I've got this, which is just basically a book I started reading. I'm not very far into it, but it's basically just about believing in yourself and stepping out on faith. So I have that. That's my second nonfiction book that I own. And then I have this book of 500 fantasy writing prompts, and I highlighted some that kind of stood out to me. So I've got that little section all squared away there. And then over here is where I decided to put my little basket of electronics. This basket like fit in here perfectly. And right now I just got my headphones and my Bluetooth speaker. I have a speaker in here, a light, my little laser projector thing that I sleep with most nights. It has a built-in Bluetooth speaker, so most of the time I just use that one, but I have this one too. And when I'm not using my iPad or my Kindle, they'll slide in there too. And then I've got my books here, my little typewriter like bookend thing. And then the books that I have over here from my like fiction collection, I have Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate, because when possible I want to keep the series together. They're like the exact same height. I like how they look over here. It fits like my whole pink, purple, dark theme going on over here. I have a Belladonna here for now. I have not read this one yet. Read both these, haven't read this one. Read this one, Cinderella is Dead. I've read Our Crooked Hearts, and I have not read either of these two. So I know that A Touch of Darkness has more to it, like it's a trilogy I think, but I haven't read the first one yet, so I'm going to see if I like the first one, and then I'll probably get the other two. And I do have book one that goes with this duology, this Poison Heart, but I love this like hot pink spine so much. The other one has like a green and gold spine, so it doesn't really fit the theme over here. And so I just like this hot pink spine. I think the book is so cute. It just fits there, so I'm just gonna keep it there. This will probably be the one instance where I don't put like books in a series together. That and this, because this one has a sequel, but it's not out yet anyway. And it looks like it's gonna have like a red spine from what I can see online. But I just like how all these look together. It's like purple, pink, dark vibes, and I just like it. So that's what that looks like for now. Then over here I have my Inheritance Games trilogy along with Little Thieves, and I just love how this looks. It doesn't really fit like my room's vibes at all, but I don't know, I like how these look together, like especially these three, and then this kind of like fits with them. It's giving very much Gatsby. It's giving I'm like this eclectic wealthy professor sitting in my office doing work and being shady. I don't know. I love I just love how those look. I love how these look together, and I like them like laying down rather than standing, and like Little Thieves just fits with them. So I put that there. Um and that's basically all I got so far. Um I had these up here already. This is like a moon, it's a light actually. Like it will glow different colors. Um but I just like it kind of like as a figurine, I guess. Just sitting there on its stand. And then this one just says Never Stop Dreaming, so I had those on top of the bookshelf already. And then in here I've got my Cruel Prince, the Folk of the Air trilogy. So I always want to call it the Cruel Prince trilogy, but I've got the Folk of the Air trilogy here, and then the Stolen Air book that is set in the same world. And that's all that I've got going on right now. Down. Okay, so I think that I finally have got this figured out. It actually went really quickly, and I'll talk you through my thought process here in just a second. But I'm gonna start back over here and just quickly go through this, and then we'll go through the other shelves. So over here, just aesthetically pleasing books. They kind of all just go together, and yeah, I just like this here. Fits the vibe of my room. Over here, we've got my Inheritance Games trilogy. Like I said, I want to keep all the series together as much as possible. And then I got Little Thieves. Hopefully the sequel to Little Thieves, the book kind of matches, or I might have to move some things around, but like for now, this is what I got. And yeah. Decor, my two books, my electronics basket here. We've got my author stuff here, and we're gonna move on over here. It's just my planner, my scrap, like, note taking paper, and my journal. And then I'm moving on over here. So I had my the Folk of the Air. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I do, because I have the Fair Isle trilogy. I was about to call this the Fair Isle trilogy, but anyways, I had my Folk of the Air trilogy here in the last clip, along with the Stolen Air. But I put this book here because it just the spines like match, and I like how this looks. So I have Winterwood and I have Midnight and Everwood. This is like just the gold spine. I thought fit with these pretty well. And like those are both wintry stories, so it kind of fits. Okay, so down here, this is kind of like my duology shelf, and so I put as many duologies as I could on here. I've got Dance of Thieves, Vow of Thieves, For the Wolf and For the Throne, the Wilderwood duology. And I guess while I'm going through these, I'll tell you what I have read. So I think I did that over there on the other one. What I have not read, it'd be easier because my collection isn't huge, but so it's easy for me to see what I haven't read. The only things up here I haven't read are Winterwood and The Stolen Air. I haven't read Dance of Thieves or Vow of Thieves or This Poison Heart. And that's it on the shelf. So I've got the Wilderwood duology here. I've got the Dance of Thieves duology here. I have This Poison Heart, and the sequel to This Poison Heart is over there, This Wicked Fate. It's the one with the hot pink spine that I liked. I don't know how I don't know. These two books are very different sizes. I don't know what went on with that, but regardless, I'm excited to read the story, and the covers are gorgeous. And then, so the gold in the spine, so the spine, the green here, I was like, it's gonna pull the green here, so I put that together, and then the gold here, I was like, it ties in with the yellow for the desert, like this golden yellow vibe. And I kind of tried to do that all throughout, so like these two are next to each other, the red, and yeah, I just think it looks like more cohesive that way, like especially like standing back and looking. So then I've got the Trader Queen and the Bridge Kingdom here, and then the blue here to feed into the blue and purple over here for a deal with the Elf King and a dance with the Fae Prince. Yeah. Next shelf, what I have not read. I haven't read Through the Dark, this novella collection from the Darkest Minds. Funny story about this. I was not going to get this until I ordered all 3 of these, and they all came in, and I lined them up, and I realized that the spines are supposed to spell out dark. So I didn't buy the box set. I bought all these individually. Would have come out cheaper buying the box set, but it's okay. I'm not bitter. So these all spell dark, and I didn't want it to just spell dar. I thought that was dumb on the shelf when I put them up, so I went ahead and got this one anyway. But I mean, it's not like I'm mad that I have it, and I am gonna read the novellas in it. They sound interesting. So I've got my Darkest Minds books here, and have read all of these except for this. I have my Promises and Pomegranates book here, the Monsters and Muses series by Savar Miller. These are the only 2 that kind of caught my attention. So I've got Promises and Pomegranates and Vipers and Virtuosos. I'm actually currently reading Vipers and Virtuosos, and those are together. They're part of the series. And then these are my 3 like dark contemporary romance books that are in the same series. The Never After series. I've got Hooked, Scarred, and Twisted. I didn't want Wretched. They didn't really call out to me, but I got these 3 out of the series. And I love that this spells out dark, and then these 5 here are all my like dark contemporary romance novels. I just thought that was cool. And I love this shelf. Probably my favorite shelf is this one. And it's because all these books are like such a hodgepodge, but they go together so well. It's kind of like crazy how it matched up. I had this little white pumpkin that has Grateful on it, and it's got the gold stem, and I thought it matched like the gold on some of the spines. So I've got Delicious Monsters down here, which I have not read. I also haven't read Scarred or Twisted, and I'm currently reading Vipers and Virtuosos, and I haven't read this one. Everything else on the shelf I've read. Okay, down here, Delicious Monsters, have not read. Super excited to read it. I'm gonna wait until the fall though, because it's like a haunted house story, dual point of view, and one of the main characters can like speak to the dead. I've got also here House of Salt and Sorrows, which I have read, The Hazelwood, which I have read. I have Heart of the Raven Prince, which I've read. I've also read Verity by Colleen Hoover, and I've got The Wicked Deep here by Shay Earnshaw, which I have not read, but also saving that for the fall because it's got witchy vibes to it, and I apparently love being scared. I have lots of like scary fantasy romances here, but I love this, and I love it with the little pumpkin. I don't know, I just love this shelf. Next shelf, I have my the Legendborn cycle here. I've got Legendborn and Bloodmarks, and they are here by themselves, and they will remain here by themselves until book 3 comes out because they deserve it. These are like my favorite books, I think. And yeah, I put them there with this little like jelly timer thing because the colors match the book cover colors, and the whole series has to do with blood and bloodlines and stuff like that, and I thought this kind of looked like blood. I don't know, but yeah, I have this here, and I thought this is cute. I like adding little decorations to the bookshelves, and these shelves are so like small and kind of, they're not very deep, so it's kind of hard to find things that would fit, but I'm glad I had this little stuff here that would work. Okay, and then the next shelf, I'm probably gonna have to maneuver down here, but I've got the Caraval trilogy, and I have Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. I've got the Once Upon a Broken Heart series complete as is now. I know that book 3 is coming out soon, and I'm gonna leave like a little space, like there's space here for book 3 to fit in. These shelves are adjustable, so I had to like move this one earlier to make these fit. Yeah, so on this shelf I had to move these to kind of make them fit, to kind of make, because these are like some really tall books because they're hardcover, and they just seem like excessively tall. I don't know. But I've got the Caraval trilogy, I've got Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After, and I have space for the third book in that series, and that's probably all that's going to fit in this shelf, which is fine, to just keep the series together. And then I have the Fair Isle trilogy by Sonia Odette. This is the whole trilogy in like one huge hardcover book. So that fit there, and I thought it kind of fit the vibe of this, so I didn't mind including it with these two series here. And then these last two shelves are very, very low to the ground, so I just had to move a bunch of things to be able to get in here and show you. Sorry about the lighting, but there's not much on them anyway. So I've got my Six of Crows duology here. It's just here on its own for now. I know that Little Thieves is coming out with a book 2, so is Belladonna, and I'll probably put Little Thieves in its book 2 here when they come out, especially if the spine is like fitting with this like red and black kind of a theme here. And I know Foxglove, like the sequel to Belladonna, is supposed to be like a red, pinky, golden like spine, so I'll probably put that over here too. But that's all that's there for now, and it's not sacred like my Legendborn shelf, so I'm open to adding other books here, but that's all that's here for now. And then on this final shelf is just kind of like a hodgepodge of books. I did not know like where they should go, and all the spines kind of go together. I've got Lightlark, which has a sequel coming out in November, so I'm probably gonna get that if I read this book and like it. I haven't read this one yet. And I just realized I stopped telling you guys what I had read, but I read Legendborn and Bloodmarked. I read the entire Caraval trilogy. Haven't read the Fair Isle trilogy yet, but I'm reading it this month, and I have not read Once Upon a Broken Heart or The Ballad of Never After because I've heard The Ballad of Never After ends on a cliffhanger, and I want to have book 3 before I even start Once Upon a Broken Heart. So, and I haven't read Six of Crows or Crooked Kingdom, but I am going to be reading those this month. Okay, so that I can finally watch the Netflix show. I have Beloved, which I have not read, by Toni Morrison. On the shelf, I have Love in the Time of Serial Killers, which I also have not read. I have The Cousins by Karen M. McManus, which I have not read. I haven't read any Karen M. McManus books, but I wanted to try this one. I got it at Walmart, like just on a whim, and if I like it, I will like look into some of her other like more popular stuff. And then I have Lightlark, which I'm planning on reading maybe this summer, or since the sequel's coming out in November, maybe in November I'll read it and see if I like it, and if I do, the sequel will be right there, easily accessible. And that's basically what I got going on the final shelf. And then like over here on my other shelves, I have nothing here yet, and just because I didn't need to use them, and now I just have like 3 empty shelves primed and ready for me to put books on, because I've already got like the things here to block the light from coming in and messing up the books. So this is very dangerous and also very exciting. But that's gonna conclude this video, you guys. Let me know what you think of my little setup here. I am in love with it and so inspired to just read more. I love it so much, and I hope you guys like it too. Let me know if you have any suggestions, and now that you see what kind of books that I like to read, recommend me some of your favorite books that kind of fit the bill. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. And yeah, let me know if we've got books in common. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.